All right, so this one, I've talked about this one before, but I have some new installments on black people dying in movies. Okay, look, so I just got finished watching John Wick and Logan, all right? Now, let me make this abundantly clear to y'all, folks. I loved these movies. I actually would rate them very high. However, these same movies perpetuate what I would consider institutional discrimination and racism against black bodies, okay? And so, again, I like these movies very much, and yet at the same time, how they demonstrate black bodies, this is the problem. Okay, so in John Wick, look, people are gonna get tired of me saying this one, but for real, it's like, so all the important people in John Wick were white, right? That's just one use of white bodies versus black bodies, versus people of color in these spaces. That all the important people were white, right? His friend was white, the mobsters, the friends, the assassins, all of that stuff. All the important people were white. All the people with speaking lines, the vast majority of people with speaking lines, those are the important folks. The vast majority of them are white, right? And so then when you think about now, and I will be fair, a lot of those white folks wound up getting killed by John Wick. That's for real. But when you use this idea of important people are white, right? That perpetuates white supremacy notions that white people are the people who are naturally in charge of stuff, or they're naturally suited to be in charge, right? Now, look, in John Wick, I remember there being two black guys. There might have been more, but there was two basic black guys. One of them was the hotel clerk. Right, and he was just creepy. So the creepy black dude lives. I don't know what that means to anyone of you, but I don't know what to do with that one. So the creepy black dude, he was a hotel clerk. He winds up living right through the whole thing. But the second black guy, this one was bothering me because this is one of those moments where it's like, and he lived through the whole thing, right? The hotel clerk, he lived, and he was in John Wick 2. And by the way, there was a lot more black people in John Wick 2, and so that was interesting in and of itself. But anyway, in number one, right, here I am thinking, the second black guy was a hitman. He was staying in a hotel. If you remember that scene, he's staying in a hotel. John Wick just got finished, subduing the female assassin that illegally tried to kill him in that hotel for hit people, right? And so there's this random black dude that pops up that helps John Wick out. And this random black dude who was being nice to John Wick, trying to hook him up, trying to help him out, he winds up getting killed. I'm just saying, that's just wrong. These are the moments in a movie where I think to myself, you didn't need a black dude to do that. I know you wanted to put more black people in it. I get it. But why didn't you look? The person that you could have had to be black, that if you really wanted to like make this all happen and be okay, was the guy who ran the hotel. If you would have had him be black, now that would have been, I would have thought of that a little bit differently, right? Make him Morgan Freeman or Lawrence Fishburne or somebody chilling. I like that. But anyway, Lawrence Fishburne, he was in the second movie, but anyway, leave that alone. But the idea though, right, is that the second guy was introduced basically just to get killed. And those are the kind of things that really bother me when I think about this. It's like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, and so then why, right? And so then, now with Logan, right? Logan really pissed me off. Right, I actually rated. Now I still really love Logan. Like the movie itself was amazing. The simplicity in the story and yet the complexity of Logan's character, I loved it. Right, but that black family, yo, like for real, this black family is pissing me off again because look, so this is how bad the Logan scene, like how they did the black bodies with Logan, because it's not like Logan and Professor X. And it's not like they didn't know that they were being hunted down. And so then what business did these folks have of going over to their house? And I know Professor X, he said that he wanted to do it and all of this stuff, but that was wrong. That was wrong of Professor X to say that they should stay over their house, knowing that they were being hunted by people that would kill this family in a second without even blinking, right? That is wrong to do. And so then to wrap it around all this niceness, right? To wrap it around this idea that they had a great time and this is an amazing family and stuff like that. That made the black family dying even that much more tragic to me and that much more real. And then to cap it all off, the black dude the black husband of the family winds up saving Logan and then dying at the and then died, right? And so talk about your magical Negro effect happening all over again in this bad boy. That's what's going on in this, right? And so then you could think of any way that you want about these movies. Like I said, I really enjoyed the movies. I rate them really high. I really think that you should go and watch them yourself. But here's the reason why I can say that, and some people might think it's a contradiction for me to tell you to go watch these movies, even though it has these really visceral, negative images of black people being killed, is because I never shut off my programming, right? It's like I never shut off my analysis, and so that when I see these images, they don't program me in the same way that other people do. I'm doing analysis every single time that I'm watching these movies. Believe it or not, I'm being dead serious. I do analysis every single time I watch these movies, and so it doesn't have, I would argue it doesn't have the same effect on me as it does on other folks. But if you become aware of how these images and how black bodies and how bodies and race and sex and gender and sexuality and all these things are being used to socialize us into believing certain things, then if you're not aware of that, then you're being socialized, right? And that's not necessarily the best thing to happen. I want you to be conscious and aware of these movies that you're watching. So anyway, if you got any questions and comments or any other movies that have random black people dying in them, feel free to let me know about any of that in the comments. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe and share, and check me out at brucehoskins.com if you want to know more about who I am and what I do. Peace, y'all.